David Lammy is an interesting character. He has spent large periods of time criticizing Donald Trump and even going way below the belt at times. In today's video, we have him this morning on Sky News getting on his knees for him once again, and following his word, he gets ruthlessly humiliated for it. We will not only be watching and reacting to that, but also going over all of the latest news from across the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we do have new one-tier T-shirts available on our website. Go to britishstand.com or check the link in the description. So this was Lammy once again on Sky News ahead of Trump's inauguration. Have a watch.
Well, I welcome the election of Donald Trump. We look forward to working with Donald Trump at this tough geopolitical moment, recognising that 77 million people voted for Donald Trump. He got more votes from young people, African Americans, Latinos than the Republican Party have got for some considerable time. We have a special relationship with the United States. It doesn't matter who's in the White House or number 10, and we look forward to working with Donald Trump over the next 4 years. Well, Peter Mandelson is a man of considerable expertise. He's the right man for this moment to be our ambassador. He's been a business secretary, a Northern Ireland secretary. Of course, he's worked in the European Commission, and he brings all of that to bear working as our ambassador in the United States. And of course, he's looking forward to presenting his credentials to Donald Trump.
Following this, he was ridiculed on live TV by former Conservative MP Steve Baker. Have a watch.
Steve, I know you're just itching to talk about the nauseous performance of the Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, who apparently now is all ready to warmly embrace the next President of the United States.
I'm enjoying it so much because he apparently said that Trump was a neo-Nazi and now he's sucking up
Sociopath.
But he said that the European Research Group, which I led, were worse than Nazis, which was so offensive and so outrageous. And then when he was pressed on it, he doubled down and said he meant it. And then, of course, I saw him in a studio where he was absolutely charming to me. Yeah. So to now see him sucking up to the President of the USA after saying that, it really does give me some joy. I think he's the most ridiculous Foreign Secretary we've ever had. He is a ludicrous man. And I really hope he gets found out and removed.
And yet, number 10 have made it absolutely clear, or Starmer has, I've forgotten which one said it, that he's there right for the duration of this Parliament. Although how you can say that, because you never know what's around the corner.
You never know, but, well, I think any Prime Minister's got to say, well, you know, the future's always hard to predict, and he's there for the foreseeable. But I really feel for officials who have to work with such a man who is such an opportunist and is capable of such enormous volte-face. I mean, to be now sucking up to Trump after everything he said, it's so silly.
He even mocked his hair, his skin colour. I mean, real personal abuse.
And as if people wouldn't notice.
I know.
But Matthew, even J.D. Vance said similar things in the past, and obviously he's now a core part of the Trump team. Do you think Lammy is the worst Foreign Secretary we've ever had?
Well, including Boris Johnson. I don't know about that. You know, I think Boris would cause us huge embarrassment on the world stage and actually, as a serious point, put a woman's life in real danger in Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe. So I'd say he's far worse. Listen, David Lammy's no diplomat, hates the foreign brief, would much rather be London Mayor. I do think it's interesting, however, that Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, did put his confidence in David Lammy, but couldn't find the same words for Rachel Reeves last week. So it's right that you should say that, and, you know, you don't cause any headlines. Obviously forgot that bit last week, so maybe that's a mistake or more purposeful.
Do you think he still wants to be London Mayor? Now he's Foreign Secretary, he's got the world is his oyster rather than a city of a population of 8 or 9 million.
He's never liked it. Any discussions I had with people around him, he's never liked it. He'd much prefer something more domestic. I think he'd be more well-suited, or he'd feel more comfortable in either a justice brief, potentially Home Secretary. How other people would feel about that is another story, but that's where he prefers doing his politics.
What are your thoughts on Lammy? Let me know in the comments. In some other news, nearly 1 million savers are on track to face unexpected tax bills this year, threatening to eat into their hard-earned interest. New analysis reveals that 6.1 million accounts will exceed the personal savings allowance in 2024, a sharp rise of 800,000 in just 1 year. Experts are warning of an unexpected pitfall for savers. Higher rates mean tax is now a serious concern, said Shawbrook's head of savings. Many could see their returns eaten away unless they take steps to protect them. ISAs are being promoted as a tax-free alternative, but many savers remain unaware of their liability until they receive an unexpected bill from HMRC. The issue is compounded by frozen income tax thresholds, which are pushing millions of workers into higher tax brackets. By 2025, an additional 2.5 million people will move into the 40% higher tax rate, halving their personal savings allowance from £1,000 to £500. Another 400,000 will move into the top tax bracket, losing their allowance entirely and paying tax on all savings interest. The data paints a stark picture. Figures from monitoring platform KCI show that 6.1 million accounts are expected to generate over £1,000 in interest this year, up from 5.3 million in October 2023. These figures exclude ISAs, where interest remains tax-free, highlighting how many savers could be caught off guard. Tracking savings interest across multiple accounts only adds to the confusion. It's difficult to keep tabs on how much interest you're earning, especially with multiple accounts and varying rates, said Alice Hain of Best Invest. Many savers don't even realize they're liable for tax until a bill arrives. For those affected, the message is clear. Take steps now to protect your savings, or risk seeing a significant portion of your returns disappear into the hands of the taxman. Lastly, King Charles and Prince William may embark on a royal tour of the US to strengthen UK-US ties, sources suggest. A senior UK government insider highlighted former President Donald Trump's admiration for the royal family, citing his positive relationships with the late Queen King Charles and Prince William. The insider added that such a tour could bolster the special relationship between the two nations, particularly by appealing to Trump's pro-monarchist stance. Although no formal plans have been made, the visit could align with the 250th anniversary of the US Declaration of Independence in 2026. A similar trip would mark the first US visit by senior royals since Prince William and Princess Kate travelled to Boston in 2022 for the Earthshot Prize Awards. The potential visit could reignite media attention on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who relocated to California in 2020 and currently reside in Montecito with their 2 children. The Sussexes' relationship with Trump appears strained, as they were perceived as supporting President Biden during the 2020 election, encouraging voters to reject hate speech, misinformation, and online negativity. They have not commented on the upcoming 2024 election between Trump and Democratic nominee Kamala Harris. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British political content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.